Can I catch it? Can I catch it in balance without it knocking me backwards or moving me? Yes, I can if I'm at a proper power base. Can I move vertically? Can I jump vertically? Can I explode from the floor in that type of situation? Now, you're going to be constantly checked because we can't go any further in our teaching system. This is gear number 1, first speed in sequential unlocking. Take the stride, come to a power base, catch the load, centralize the energy, vertical jump. What does this simulate in your mind as you watch this athlete work? It's a triple threat position in basketball. I can dribble it, shoot it, put it on the floor, or pass it. I can play linebacker. It's also the same position I look at as a defensive infielder. Almost all skills in athletics, whether it be receiving a serve in tennis, anything that requires movement and the use of an implement, requires great balance and proper athletic position at the power base. That's all the stride does. If we take slow motion pictures of Chris Everett Lloyd, and she's cute, isn't she? As well as being cute, she also will do the same thing. She'll approach the ball, come to a power base, and move through that using those legs and hips to generate energy and club head speed. Very similar to what we're talking about. At the point of contact, all good tennis players are in balance. They have centralized energy here to use it and can explode upward or conceivably catch a heavy load. It's the design. If you had one thing I could give every hitter, as I give him great balance at the stride or at the power base. So we'll come back and talk about it a little bit later. But gear number 1 is the striding action. And the final point here is we want the body vertically stacked. If you can imagine the vertical axis, if I have a pin going down through the top of my head, right through my body into the ground, this is vertical. We have a pin sticking right straight down through the ground on us. We want to be stacked in this area. We do not want to have it out here. I haven't seen very many good hitters with their rear end sticking out. It has a tendency to destroy balance and take us into our hands. When I stay vertically stacked, meaning my shoulders above my hips with this power feeling collected down in here, now I'm ready to deliver something. Now the hand action on the stride is minimal. Whatever the action might be, it's extremely relaxed. Can you relax your hands? Well, stick them out in front of you and make a fist and try to relax your hand. This is what a hitter has to deal with. Can you relax the hand? Well, you have to consciously relax the hand in order to let it move. But when you relax it here and try to flip the water off of it, for an example, this type of situation, now it's loose. This movement is what we're after in our hand action. Now, from that standpoint, we want to maintain that kind of relaxation in our hands. As we take the striding action, we want you to think of holding a baby bird. Every time I take a striding action, I've got a baby bird in my hand. Well, what happens to most of us, what I call Sally Sue's blue skirt, we stride, separate, bar the lead arm, and sweep the bat through. We get in here, and all of a sudden we get tension. We take a stride, and we go bang, dead bird, automatically. Almost every hitter that you'll work with is going to kill the bird as soon as he touches the bat. As soon as he takes a stride, he's going to panic, create pressure in his hands. He's going to kill the baby bird. As a result, he knows where most of his energy is being dissipated as a swing. Be very, very careful that you learn to relax the hands as a part of the striding action, even to gear number 2. And this is the more controversial area and the one that's most unique with Oklahoma State's hitting system. Our videotape, The Hitting Machine, covers this very expressly. We continue to get a lot of questions at clinics around the country as we talk in Anaheim and in Philadelphia and Cincinnati and Atlanta this year, and several others. People are saying, boy, the back knee, coach, explain that back knee now. Well, when I get to a power base and I've collected and gathered this energy, I can catch, centralized, all the things we just talked about. What takes that energy to the baseball? It is still not the hands. It is a back knee trigger. The back knee being a functional joint where there is no speed joint in here, obviously. This is the only thing that's quick. And I want to go to the foot. People talk about moving the hips. Well, those things are slow. What moves the hips? The back knee moves the hips from that standpoint. The back knee is a trigger mechanism that moves the power base into a hitting roll. We get into a situation, moving, bang. Hands stay relaxed. Don't kill the baby bird for me now. Hang in there. Stride, back knee. Stride, back knee. Stride takes me down. Stride takes me down, loads me. Back knee triggers me and brings me out. Notice it moves the entire body. It doesn't just move the back knee. It moves the entire body and presents the entire body to the ball. these two gears, first and second gear, prepare the hitter, and these are preparatory movements that are made on every pitch without exception, and do not commit us to swing the bat. It takes me some time, sometimes a couple of months, to get a good college hitter to understand that to move to a power base and to trigger to the ball is preliminarily there every pitch, pitch after pitch after pitch, without a commitment of the bat to the swing, without a commitment of the bat to the swing. So from that standpoint, we're now at a power base, we trigger, we're there. Well, coach, when do we make a decision to swing? Well, let's go back one step now. At end of gear number 2, trigger the back knee. We always want to go back and emphasize a real critical point in all hitting, and it's technical. But hey, this is not easy. Teaching hitting is no different than teaching physics or kinesiology or the sciences. It's just as important that you learn every phase of it, every terminology involved, because it is a precise science. You can't just walk out and say, keep your eye on the ball, swing hard in case you hit it. There's too much of that going on in professional baseball now. We've got to teach this. It's an art. It's a science. Just as we do a quality course at a major institution. Hands must stay relaxed. Stride, back knee, trigger. Hands stay relaxed. Don't kill the baby bird. Very, very critical. When did I decide to start the stride? All right, let's think about Nolan Ryan. Throws the ball 95 mile an hour, and here we come to Tom Seaver, throws the ball 85 mile an hour. Then there's Tommy John. He goes 75 mile an hour from that standpoint. So you have 3 different pitchers whose variation in velocity may be 10 miles an hour, right? Well, why is one tough for one hitter and tough for another hitter? Because people do not understand this term. Listen carefully. Rhythm adjustment is the term we use at Oklahoma State in the Mid-America All-Star Baseball camps, as well as in all of our teaching in the hitting machine. Rhythm adjustment. When do I start the stride? The stride starts relative to the velocity. You find out what the guy's velocity is when you're on deck, when you're in the dugout. You're watching him. You want to know if he is 90 or 95. What's he look like at the plate? And in Nolan Ryan's situation, here comes Noli coming up, and he says, whoop, here I come 95 mile an hour. And when a hand shows up right here before release, I may have to release my striding action in order to be on time sequentially. When Tom Seaver comes out of the same area at 85, I may be able to see the ball out of the hand somewhere out here, maybe 5-6 foot out of the hand before I release the stride. And Tommy John, who's kind of a pusser, comes up, kind of pushes the ball up there 75. I may be able to see the ball 30 feet out of his hand before I start the stride. It's the one key element that's overlooked everywhere. I don't know whether you'll hear it again anyplace else, but once you understand power-based technique and you're able to take a striding action, move to it, back knee trigger, and get to here, this is what we call a preliminary movement to gather information off the ball. Now we're getting complex, huh? Hang in there, guys. You 12-year-olds can learn this as well. Situation is such. When I go to the plate, I have to have an idea when I'm going to start my stride. That's my timing mechanism. I'm going to make the same move to the power base and the back knee trigger every pitch, and it is not a commitment to the swing. Now we have what we call total lower body control, and I'll guarantee you the success at Yavapai Community College when we won national titles in 1975 and 1977, and again at Oklahoma State University where we continue to be prominent in college baseball, comes from the fact that my hitters control the action of the swing in their legs. They learn power-based technique, they learn back knee trigger, they learn rhythm adjustment. Obviously, in 2 hours, it's impossible to teach you everything we know. It may take me 2 months to develop a quality hitter. I've spent a year on a quality hitter. It's precise. But hitting is not an inborn type thing. Outside of vision and natural eye-hand coordination, most of the other things we can develop, and we can develop technique. So we get to the